Hello, Darren LeJean here. It is late in the evening on Thursday, June the 22nd, and tomorrow the town of Basile will be bidding adieu to one of our former mayors, an historic mayor. Her name, Berline, and she was the longest serving mayor in the history of Basile, serving 14 years. 2 full terms, and the completion of another term as mayor for a previous mayor who had not completed his 4 years. Before that, Berline was on the city council for, I think, 6 years. So she served as an official of the town of Basile for a total of 20 years. She was also the first female to be elected mayor of Basile. There was a previous female mayor, Rose Doge, was appointed the mayor of Basile in the early 1960s upon the death of her husband, Walter Doge. So she was the first female mayor, but was not elected to the position. She was appointed. So Berline was the first elected mayor of the town of Basile. And I just had to share tonight probably the thing that comes to mind about Berline, the first thing that comes to my mind. The first time that she ran for mayor, she won, of course, by quite a bit. I think like a 3-to-1 margin. And I was standing next to her as they were announcing the numbers, and I think the poll was at the American Legion Hall, or it might have been at the library that year. I need to look that up. I'm not remembering the location of the poll. However, when they announced the numbers, she turned to me with a big smile and said, "That was not a landslide shot. Parece comme avalanche." And she just burst out laughing, and we gave each other a big hug. And of course, in her mixture of Cajun, French, and English, I did understand what she was saying. And it was just a great moment for her and for the town when she won that election. I had another thought come to me about her too at the same time. Oh, I know, it was during a meeting that she was conducting as mayor, and there were a lot of comments being made back and forth. It was not a good meeting. It was one of those exciting meetings that people are not agreeing upon things, and there were a lot of comments that would be preceded by, "This is off the record," and they would look at me as the newspaper reporter telling me this is off the record. And I stopped them and I said, "Would you please stop telling me this is off the record? If you are saying something in a public meeting of a public body, it is on the record. If you do not want this to be part of the record, you should not be saying it in a public meeting. I will report in the newspaper whatever it is that you say." And it was council members that were saying this, making the comments about this is off the record. Berline interjects and says, "Darryl, you mean if I curse somebody out right here in the meeting, you're going to report that in the paper?" And I said, "I most certainly will." And her eyes got very big and everybody laughed, but there were no more comments made by anyone at the meeting that were prefaced by the statement of "this is off the record." Great memories with Berline. Bless your heart, rest in peace, prayers for the family. But we all know that she's resting now in the hands of the Lord, and I'm sure that she's celebrating in heaven.